Joining us now is Chukwuemeka Ojukwu with stories trending around the world. Hello, Jinex.
Good morning.
Thank
you know
God
today
it's
is my favorite day of the week. Good morning, Ayo. How are you?
I'm good. Yesterday we were already celebrating Friday.
We're missing Rufai today though. But you know what's trending? The biggest trending story is Donald Trump's conviction. On Thursday, he became the first former U.S. president to be convicted of felony crimes. While in a historic verdict, he was found guilty on 34 counts of falsifying business records in a scheme to illegally influence the 2016 election through hush money payments to a porn actor, Stormy Daniels, who he had an affair with. The conviction does not stop him from running for office. Ayo, you know that? Yeah. In fact, Trump on Truth Social has been using the verdict to solicit money from donors for his campaign. The Biden campaign has, however, continued to mobilize their supporters. They say that there is only one way to keep Trump out of the Oval Office, and that is through the ballot box. Ayo, convicted felon or not, Trump will be the Republican nominee or president. That's if they don't stop him right away at the ballot box. Go ahead.
So I have a Friday song for him. Ain't no stopping us now. He's on the move. There's no stopping this man. He stays, like they'll say in Nigeria,
absolutely
undefeated.
He
went on to his Truth Social to say that, he has been victimized and so they should donate more money for his campaign. The same money that he's using to fund the fight, these trials, he's using campaign funds, part of it, to pay for these, for his legal fees. But he said it, and guess what? According to his team, following the conviction, his website crashed. A lot of donors went on there too. According to what
so
they
what
said.
Do we call him now? The real Agba Bola.
Unstoppable.
The real Agba Bola. Well, all right. Well, let's begin what's trending. On May 30th, 1967, former governor of the Eastern region, the late Chukwuemeka Ojukwu, declared secession of Biafra Republic from Nigeria. The declaration led to the civil war that started on July 6, 1967, and ended on January 15, 1970. It is estimated that during the 2.5-year war, between 500,000 and 2 million Biafran civilians died of starvation. Well, to commemorate the civil war, some Southeast stakeholders declared May 30th Biafra Day. Last week, the indigenous peoples of Biafra, through its spokesperson, Emma Powerful, issued a sit-at-home order in the southeast to honor the fallen heroes of the Civil War. The group directed all schools, banks, transport unions, markets, and offices to shut down operations on May 30th. Well, according to Daily Trust, some soldiers were killed in Abia State by suspected IPOB militants who were reportedly enforcing the sit-at-home order. A viral video showed the moment the assailants shot sporadically before setting a military van ablaze.
Look at it now. Look at soldiers running. This is what is happening live now. Abia Junction. Look at the unknown gunmen just attacked the military. See, that's the junction. It's on fire now. The unknown gunmen. They came there and they set that place ablaze. You see, they killed all the military men there. All the military men there on the checkpoint.
This is horrible. Dr. Abati, our soldiers being killed. Well, I reached out to the defense headquarters and, Edward Buba gave me a statement, and I'll read some of them in part. He actually said that, their troops were killed by terrorists of IPOB and ESN. He wrote, the troops deployed to enforce peace in the area and protect the citizens were mass attacked by the terrorists. The attack sadly took the lives of 5 personnel of the armed forces killed in action. The armed forces mourns the death of these troops, as each and every soldier lost in battle is a terrible loss. Meanwhile, investigations are ongoing concerning the attack. Accordingly, it is absolutely imperative that the military retaliate against this dastardly act against troops. The military will be fierce in its response. We will bring overwhelming military pressure on the group to ensure their total defeat. He added that 6 civilians were killed in the crossfire. This is insane, really. Well, in the meantime, President General of the Ohanaeze Ndigbo, Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, has denounced the killing of security personnel in the southeast. He spoke with journalists on Thursday. Iwanyanwu stated that the leader of the indigenous peoples of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has also condemned the killings in the southeast and the sit-at-home order by the indigenous peoples of Biafra.
IPOB is the only group that wrote against me. Nnamdi Kanu is not with them. And you see, we have got in the east today people telling people not to go work on Monday. There is no one today. People should not go to school. Even I hear that soldiers have been killed. The truth about it, I discussed with Nnamdi Kanu. He is very sad and very bitter about it. And Igbos are not happy. And he has said it. Nnamdi Kanu sometime last year said it, that he is not part of these people who are forcing Igbos to sit at home.
Did he say it today?
He said it to me again.
Today?
Yes, he said it to me. That is not part of it. He said it to me, and he said it to me today, that he is not part of this question of people going to stop people from taking exam. Igbos value education. Two things that have made Igbos develop. One is education, the other one is business enterprise.
All right, Dr. Abati, he also called for a political solution. He asked President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to also look into that. But, I think this all has to be resolved because it's been going on for years. Since 1999, the Southeast stakeholders have been calling for May 30th to be set aside to honor the four fallen heroes. There are two elements here. There are the rogue elements, people that killed our soldiers, and the people that are calling for this day to be, recognized.
Okay, number one, what this shows again is the level of insecurity in the country. That non-state actors can just issue a directive. Non-state actors who have also been disowned, by the umbrella body that they claim to be representing. Now, Chief Iwanyanwu there said he spoke to Nnamdi Kanu, but Nnamdi Kanu himself, in an interview he granted after a court session, addressed the matter and said that the people who claim to be members of IPOB, who are, giving orders for sit-at-home in the southeast, that they are unknown to the main body and that he does not support the idea of asking people to sit at home. However, you find a situation whereby, Emma Powerful issues a statement and all the people in the 5 states of the southeast will obey the order and they will stay at home at great cost, as prominent Igbo leaders have pointed out to the people, to the commercial activities. Aba is a major commercial nerve center in the whole of the southeast, and it's not just Aba, but to shut down the entire southeast is most unfortunate, and it's a signal to President Tinubu that this is a more important problem that has to be addressed.
Absolutely.
Rather than all this diversion about a national anthem that most people cannot even sing properly. That's number one. Number two is the fact that what does this tell us? Whether the body that has asked people to stay at home is legitimate or not. It's simply the fact that in the minds of many Nigerians, either of Southeast extraction or elsewhere, the Civil War has not yet ended.
Absolutely.
The Civil War was 1967 to 70. General Gawan, who was head of state at the time, said, "No victor, no vanquished."
Yes.
It was because of it, trying to put people together, that he established the National Youth Service Corps program and talked about rehabilitation, reconstruction, reconciliation, the 3 R's of the Gawan era. All of these are still issues today. So that's why I say it looks like the Civil War has not ended. And what are these persons, non-state actors, saying? They say they are celebrating the 57th anniversary of the declaration of the Republic, the defunct Republic of Biafra. Biafra having been declared on 30th May 1967. These are issues at the heart of the Union, at the center of the national question. Now that we're no longer saying we are rising as compatriots, Now that we're saying Nigeria, we hail thee. For us to hail that country, it must be one country.
Absolutely.
The unity, the diversity, the togetherness that President Tinubu says he's looking for must be seen in real concrete terms beyond song and dance. Number 3 is the killing of soldiers. Now, when the 17 soldiers were killed in Okwama community in Delta State, it became a big issue. Some people ended up blaming the military, engaging in reprisal attacks, shutting down the community. Look, Nigeria is the only country where people attack their soldiers. People who have sworn to defend the sovereignty of this country and who are ready to pay the supreme price to protect the country. And then the same people that they are protecting are the ones killing them. They even burned down the patrol van of those soldiers. Yes. So, I mean, can anybody blame Major General Buba for saying that, look, the response from the military will be overwhelming. And when the military proceeds with that overwhelming response, trying to fish out the people, then we will sit down here and say the military should not use force, should not use force. Soldiers also should not be killed.
Absolutely.
In the line of duty. I support the fact that there should be proper investigation. Those masked gunmen should be fished out.
Absolutely.
And the utmost pressure should be put on people who are killing soldiers, who are destroying businesses, and on top of it all, yesterday, over 300,000 students in the Southeast could not write a WAEC exam.
Unacceptable.
So is WAEC going to reschedule the exam? These are innocent children finishing secondary school, writing exams, and then you don't allow them. You won't even give them passage to go and write their exams.
Yes, right.
So we are in trouble.
Well, yeah.
We have more serious problems than Arise, compatriots, and Nigeria we hail thee.
Very well said. You know, we also have to call on the Southeast governors also to look into this sit-at-home order.
Even they themselves
yes,
at home.
this is the issue.
The governors themselves could not go out.
But you know that, the IPOB lawyer has also called for them to have some sort of conversation, really, to commemorate that May 30th day. May our soldiers, our fallen heroes, may their soul continue to rest in peace. We'll take another story, highlighting this shocking footage of some school children carrying concrete on their heads during school hours. Well, in the video, the woman who forced the children to carry out the hard labor could be heard attempting to justify her actions. Let's take a look.
What's the name of your school? See children, you're asking them to carry this kind of heavy stuff. Oh yeah, drop it.
You didn't get what is happening.
I don't want to know. Do you hire them? Do you hire them? Do you hire them?
Is there any problem?
There's problem. These small children.
No, it's not heavy. I don't know what's putting it on.
It's not heavy. This is not heavy. Drop it. You should go back to your school. Or else, I'm calling police on you.
Call them. What's the matter? Don't break those things.
I will.
You're breaking it.
I will. Why would they carry the small children? Small children to carry.
They have told the man since.
Which man?
Come and carry small stuff.
You are doing this allegation. Oh, that moment, don't sorrow. See what you are doing. They should carry. See, look what they are doing. Look what they are doing. You can't even hire. This is a private school. If you are a private school.
I thought it was important to highlight this story, Ayo. I mean, kudos to that woman who jumped into action to stop those children from carrying, concrete. What sort of hard labor is this? And then the woman had the guts to say, is there anything wrong? I mean, this is unacceptable.
So there are many things wrong with that video, and the fact that the woman in question, the woman in blue who was asking the children to carry the concrete, didn't realize that what she was doing was wrong is a big issue. And if you find out from a number of people, we don't actually understand what it means to protect the rights of a child in Nigeria. I don't know if it is a need for more sensitization, awareness. I don't understand, because we've seen videos like this, and thanks to social media, and this citizen who decided to take action and not just look away, because we see a lot of these things. We see children on our streets begging, we see children on our streets, we know some of our friends who hire children. as house help. So as housekeepers, and we don't do anything about it. All of us have a responsibility in protecting the rights of children. The audacity of the fact that they were in school uniform.
Unbelievable.
So it means that it was either school time or after school.
It was during school
and
hours.
look at the young children.
Yes,
and then she had the effrontery to argue and say, oh, call the police.
Yes.
It means that she doesn't, I want to assume that she's ignorant. But like Dr. Batu always say, the ignorance of the law is not an excuse.
Yes.
The rights of a child is protected by the laws of this country. But enforcement has always been the challenge. And it almost seems as if we have too many of these issues on our hands to be able to manage it.
Absolutely.
When will the Nigerian child feel protected? When children will go to school? The president recently met with northern elders and he spoke to them about the need for them to prioritize education.
Yes.
At some point in Lagos, I hope this didn't happen in Lagos, by the way, there was a time when parents were being arrested if they didn't send their children to school, when they were enforcing children's rights to education.
Absolutely.
We need to bring that back on the table and ensure that we protect our children. We have too many infringement of the rights of the child in Nigeria, and he has to be arrested.
I thought it was important. That woman needs to be fished out, really. Well, talking about children, the reintroduction of the older national anthem continues to generate reactions. Well, since President Bola Ahmed Tinubu signed the national anthem bill to law on Wednesday, videos of pupils reciting the anthem during morning assembly have been making the rounds on social media. Well, reciting the anthem has not only been popular in Nigerian schools, even the governor of Osun State, Ademola Adeleke, has attempted to recite the anthem, as we will see in this video that has now gone viral.
Nigeria, we lady, our own native. No tribe at all, medieval, in brotherhood we stand. We are proud to serve the sovereign motherland.
Dr.
Bati, your friend.
Likes to sing and dance, but he still has to go and learn.
He attempted to do it, but you know, he's the first governor that we have seen attempting this old national anthem.
It's good to see that he's catching on. However, you know, there is a part of that anthem, when people sing it, they say, our suffering motherland. It's not suffering motherland. That's not what is there. It's sovereign. The word is sovereign. So, but I guess...
So just within these 2 days, you're hearing all these.
People will have all kinds of
for years, people still don't know how to recite Arise, O compatriots. You know that.
They say the motherland is sovereign. Our sovereign motherland. No, it's sovereign.
Well, kudos to those school children and Governor Ademola Adeleke, who's always just making us happy on trending stories. Well, let's head over to Kenya now, where the country's president, William Ruto, has debunked claims that he spent over $1.5 million to charter a private plane to the United States, stating that the plane he used only cost about $73,000. The president stated this at a national prayer breakfast event in Nairobi on Thursday, adding that some friends of the country offered the plane at that price when he had opted to use the national airline to save money.
I am a very responsible steward. Believe you me. There is no way I can spend 200 million. There is no way. In fact, let me disclose here that it costed the Republic of Kenya less than 10 million. When I was told the cheapest plane was 70 million, I told my office, go book Kenya Airways. Yeah. So when some friends of mine heard that I was going to travel Kenya Airways, and we have built a big reputation as a country. We have built friends. Some friends told me, how much do you want to pay? I said, I'm not ready to pay more than 20 million. They said, bring 10 million, we will give you the plane. Look at me, Kenyans. Look at me again. I must lead from the front. As I tell others to tighten up their belt, mine must be where to begin.
Really proud of William Ruto there. Powerful speech, Dr. Vati. I'm glad he's debunked the story.
Okay. Yeah, President Ruto has clarified this, saying that, look, it was just 10 million shillings, which would be about 60,000 pounds, about $73,000. But there are other issues. Well, on one hand, are those people who are praising Ruto, first African president to be, invited to the White House in 16 years.
16 years, yes.
And out of about 6 or 8 presidents that have been invited to the White House or still visit, at least he was there. And the White House rolled out the red carpet. And he came back with a number of advantages. Mm-hmm. The Americans, they said they will support Kenya with $300 million. Now that Kenya is going to lead the multinational force to Haiti with 1,000 policemen. They are going to assist, Kenya to offset its debt. Kenya is heavily indebted to China. Mm-hmm. Debt to GDP ratio of Kenya is about 70%. So that's that. And then also they are helping them with assistance in building the military base. Kenya is, US is, the largest export destination for Kenya. So, and Kenya is taking advantage of AGOA. And President, Biden has said he will continue to support. However, there are the naysayers not talking about plane. They're talking about how Kenya is projecting itself as a lackey of the United States. And Ngugi wa Thiong'o, Kenya's leading African writer and Africa's also prominent novelist, has written a piece, May 28, 2024, where we were saying, Ruto, why now? Why? Because the Americans saying Kenya is now a non-NATO ally. Aye. He is saying the same NATO that killed Gaddafi, the same Western powers, that oppressed Kenya, and Kenya had to fight the Uhuru battle. All right. And now you are going and submitting Kenya to them. Right. That's at an ideological level. All right, Dr. So these are more substantive issues than we paid 60,000 pounds for aircraft.
Yes, but I really loved his speech there where he, talked about leading by example, leading by, and we encourage our leaders to also take that cue from William Ruto. We'll take our final story under entertainment. Afrobeat superstar Davido has been hailed by the Coalition of Orphanages and Children's Homes in Nigeria for his financial support to orphanage homes under the coalition, stating that 42 out of 52 homes have benefited from his financial support. In February, Davido donated 300 million naira to orphanage homes across Nigeria as part of his annual contribution to the nation. In a statement on Thursday, the coalition thanked Davido for his commitment to loving the forgotten Nigerian children, adding that no Nigerian or government has given them such magnanimous support.
Forever. Everybody get on your PPT. Say what? Say them go feel it. Them go run it down. Them go hold it. Them go. Say what? Say them go feel it. Them go run it down. Them go hold it. Them go.
Well, all right. Davido, he always talks about we rise by lifting others. I watched Aaron Akerijola's segment earlier. It was beautiful to see him highlight those, you know, sporting heroes
yes.
donating as well. Like, you know, the orphanage said, it's not just, you know, government that can support our orphanages. We as individuals must also do the same. So kudos to that video and our sporting heroes.